Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of What's on the Menu, Nate. Well, guess what? It's almost Thanksgiving, and Christmas is also creeping up behind it. And I'm sure y'all are asking yourselves, Nate, what am I going to use or do for Thanksgiving as a good dish to put on the table? Well, I'm going to teach y'all how to do my fruit salad. And what you will do is before prepping any of my fruit salad, what you'll do is you'll take mango, strawberries, and grapes. Now, I would suggest red grapes because to me the red grapes have a little bit richer taste. But the green ones, now you could use the green ones if you want, though, but it's your choice if you decide to. I would highly recommend strawberries because as they start using the juices, I was able to discover that it's also a good preservative too. And if you put them in a bag together, it'll help preserve them a little bit. And the juices from each of the fruits will soak in to each of the fruits and kind of gives them an interesting flavor. But it's still a real rich flavor. Now, as you see right here, I've already emptied the bag that I aged for about a week. And as you see right here, this is the red grapes, the strawberries, and the mango that I sliced up. Now, as you would see, that's the start I have right now. But we're not going to let that be it because we're making a big batch because I'm going to need this for both for my regular family Thanksgiving and the Thanksgiving that I'm going to be having with my other parts of my family this upcoming weekend. So I'm going to teach y'all how to do it. Now, after y'all have already added the aged fruit, what you'll do next is you'll need some more fruit to add onto it, which I would recommend slicing up some more mangoes because they have a good rich tropical taste to them. Well, at least to me, at least. And it's also good to let it soak the strawberry juice into it, and it gives a more interesting flavor. Now, as I got a regular knife and all that to slice the mango up nice and fine, just make sure you also use a cutting board too, and make sure it's nice and clean so you don't get any of them germs and such on there. And after you've sliced up a good bit of mango, then just take the mango that you've already sliced up, or any type of fruits that you want in your fruit salad is your choice, but everybody has their own style. And then all you got to do is just rake it in there, and that's about it for the mangoes. Now next, you want to add a few more grapes. I got a bag of aged grapes in here that I also aged about a week. Now make sure before you even put any of this fruit in there, make sure you also wash off the fruit too, which I've already pre-washed this. You can use a colander, which is a big metal bowl with holes in it, and just pour whatever fruit that you want to wash off into it, and just put the colander into the sink, and then just turn the faucet on, and then just shake the fruit around, and make sure you also move your hands around in there too to also make sure you get all the dirt and whatnot off the grapes. Which these have already been washed, so we don't have to worry about those. Just take a few and drop them in. Oh, and also too, if you find any stems in any of the grapes, just take the stems out and just throw them away. Good. Just keep adding some grapes to it. Okay. And if you decide you want to add some green ones, do to them. Okay. A few more grapes here and there. All right, that's good enough. Now, we got our grapes in there. Next will be some other key ingredients that I would recommend. I would suggest getting a few oranges. And in this particular recipe, we're going to be using mandarin oranges. I'd say, since this is going to be for at least about, a little more than 5 people, I'd probably say maybe at least 5 or 7 of these, and then just peel them. Now you could go with, canned mandarin oranges, because they're already pre-sliced and the juices are already in there. But hey, it's your choice. This year I'm going a little bit fresh on this ingredients. Now mango wise, you can use canned mangoes, but I would recommend using the regular mangoes, because as the fruit ages and all that, the juices from the strawberries will soak into the mango, which gives it a little bit more richer taste and a more subtropical taste. Now, as you see, after you get done peeling your mandarin, just take each of the little pieces and just drop them in there. Yeah. And just toss them all in there. And of course, yeah, you're going to have a little bit of a mess to clean up, but hey, it's okay. And I would highly recommend the citrus from it, because we're going to need the citrus from this a little bit later, because it's going to help with my main secret ingredient, which I'll tell y'all about in just a moment. Boy, these mandarins can get be a little hard to peel sometimes. Now, I know some people, they use a knife or something to cut oranges up, but if you can peel them by hand, that's just as good. But it also depends on the type of orange that you peel. With me, it's a little tough to peel regular oranges for me, because I usually keep my nails pretty short, and it's just practice for me. All right, we got another one peeled. Now just take it and just throw it in the pot. Okay. Now, yeah, I know it'll take some time to peel these though, but if you do decide to use canned mandarin oranges, that's your choice. The citrus from it will definitely work with it as well, but it'll still have the same reaction even if you use fresh mandarins or something else. Just give me a minute. It'll take me a minute to. Now, if you can't get it peeled properly, just use your knife and just stick it in underneath the peeling to at least get you started, so it'll be easier to peel. There we go. Now we got it started. Now, mandarin oranges, for me, are a little bit easier to peel. I've gotten... Now, you see what I did there? Make sure you also keep an eye out for where you toss this, because you don't want to have your orange peeling in the fruit salad. But Well, this is just a little holiday suggestion for y'all. Now, I know people use Miracle Whip or whipped cream in their fruit salads, but I have a different ingredient that I add to my fruit salads. I use marshmallow puff. But I bet you're asking yourself, hey Nate, how in the world do you get the marshmallow puff to liquefy, and how are you able to mix it in with your fruit salad? Well, discovering that by accident one year, what I did is, after I got all of the stuff together and putting it all in the pot or the bowl, I took a couple of big spoonfuls of the marshmallow puff and then poured pineapple juice, citrus, on top of it, and then started mixing it around, and then it started to liquefy the marshmallow puff, which I'll show you all that reaction here momentarily after I get these oranges peeled. After I get these fresh oranges peeled. Now I know it may seem unlikely and say, Nate, that can't happen. Well, guess what? I'll show you all how to do it, or how I discovered that. Okay, we're almost done. We got one more orange to peel, and then we're good. Then we'll be ready. Yeah. Just keep tossing that in there. Now, originally back a number of years ago, I didn't age fruit, though. But I discovered that that whenever you age fruit a little bit, it actually it comes out with a better flavor. My uncle aged a little bit of this fruit salad, and he actually recommended to me to try to turn this into a wine. But unfortunately, I don't have a license to do that, and I'm not the type of guy that goes around drinking alcoholic beverages. It's just a thing with me. Okay, we're almost done peeling our last orange, and then our next little ingredient, we'll add marshmallows. Now this year we're doing something a little different. Instead of having plain white marshmallows, I got my hands on some mixed colored fruity marshmallows. Okay, and just continue to toss the oranges in there. Okay, and we're done with that. Next, you'll need to have put in the, I would highly recommend with the marshmallows, I'd say put those in last. I would recommend putting those in last because you're going to be mixing the marshmallow puff in there with it, and you don't want to have them liquefying and then them sticking to the spoon that you're going to use to mix it up with. Now, as you see, just a regular container of marshmallow puff. We're going to use 2 for this big bowl because I got two families to feed this weekend, and so on. Now this can fit. Now I like to do this dish around the holidays, around Christmas time and Thanksgiving time. I do it because just because of the special occasions here and there. But I don't do this very often. Mainly just because I'm not one of those people that have a really big sweet tooth. If anything, a fruit salad would be more of a dessert for me. than anything. Okay. Now, once you've opened up your containers of marshmallow puff, you'll take a spoon, a fairly good sized spoon, like that you see right here. Take the marshmallow puff in hand, and just take big globs of it, and just plop it into the bowl. And don't be shy. If you get some on your hands, it's fine. Just lick it off. It'll come off easy. Nothing wrong with a bit of marshmallows here and there. All right. Good sized globs. Just clean it out. Just clean out the whole container. Now, with a big sized bowl like this, you can probably just use just one little half one. But we're going to be using two, because we're going to need this to feed 2 families. Now, usually I would buy a larger container, but this year they were sold out at the grocery store that I usually go to. And just once you're done with the container, once you're done with the empty container, just take it and just throw it away. And now we got the second container. Let's do like what we did earlier. Just take that and just take it. Those big globs, and just put it in there. And this is my secret ingredient to add to my fruit salads. Now, if y'all decide to try this at home, that's your choice. I would recommend it if you want to be adventurous and try something a bit. I've had some people tell me that this actually tastes like a very sweet fruit wine. But okay, almost ready, and we're almost done. And afterwards too, if you decide to, you can also add some more fruit to it. After you get done, because the marshmallow puff will already be liquefied by then. Okay, we're done with that. And as I did before, just take the container that you have, and then just chuck it away. I wouldn't recommend saving these containers, because for a dishwasher or so, it's very hard to clean out marshmallow puff. All right, next. Now comes the interesting part of it. How to liquefy the marshmallow puff. Now, what you will need next is pineapple. I would recommend the canned pineapple, because if you use now you could use fresh pineapple if you wish, but the downside about it is that you don't have the pineapple juice to put it in there. So I would suggest getting a canned pineapple. Now, if you do decide to get a large can of regular pineapple juice and then pour it over the fresh fruit with the marshmallow puff, then that's different. But I would recommend a regular can of pineapple chunks. Now, you could use crushed pineapple if you wish, but everybody has their own taste. Okay, just pop the can open after you pull the little pull tab. Now, it doesn't have to be one particular brand of pineapple. You could use just about any brand. So it really don't matter which brand that you use. and all that, as long as the can is not expired. Okay, next, juice and all with the pineapple chunks, and just pour it all in there, all over the marshmallow puff. As you see right there, just pour it all in there on the top, and just do the same thing with the other two cans. Don't bother draining the juice because you're going to use all of it. And just pour it all over the marshmallow puff. Okay. And we got one more can. Let's pop it too. Just pour it all over and dump it all in. Now that is the key ingredient that I use to liquefy marshmallow puff. Now, once you're done getting all the ingredients in there, go ahead and start stirring. Now you don't have to use a regular spoon like this. You could use a serving spoon, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Okay? We'll start getting it mixed in there. Make sure you get the, as you see right here, make sure you get the marshmallow puff underneath the juices, okay? Now, as you see, as it's starting to form bubbles, now, let's get a closer look. Okay, now as you see, as it's starting to form bubbles and all that, that is, it's having a reaction to it. Make sure the marshmallow puff gets underneath the citrus from it, and just mix it around as you go. Now, as you see the reaction, make sure you mix it up pretty good. Now, since it's already starting to liquefy a good bit, make sure it's nice and good and round. And you can also change out spoons too, if this thing is starting to get a little bit mellow, or not mellow, but starting to get hard to stir with, then just use a larger spoon. All right, just get it, mix it around, and make sure that you get every bit of the marshmallow puff underneath the juices, because you're going to need the citrus to help liquefy this. Now, you can use mandarin orange juice too, other than just regular pineapple juice. Just make sure you get it. Now, it'll take a few good stirs and a few good times getting all of the marshmallow puff underneath the fruit and mixing it all together. But yeah, now you see how it's already starting to bubble up. Let y'all get a better view there. Now, as you see, as it's starting to bubble up and all that, that means is that the marshmallow puff is already starting to take effect and having I would call it an acidic reaction because of the citrus and where it's starting to liquefy slowly. Now, I've seen different methods using this, and I don't believe I'm the only one that's done this before that has been able to liquefy a marshmallow puff. But hey, whatever. Just make sure you get it nice and good and mixed. And make sure there's no more marshmallow puff left before you add the regular marshmallows. Okay, we'll get that nice, good and mixed together. Yeah, it's already starting to have a good acidic reaction with it. Okay, Now, if there is if there is some marshmallow puff left, then that just adds more to the flavor. Now, as you see at the top, yeah, there is some marshmallow puff left, but it isn't all going to liquefy though. But as it ages a little bit, it will liquefy eventually, mixed in with the citrus. And just give it a few good turns, and make sure that we get the fruit all marinated in this bath of stuff. Yeah. Now you can add regular marshmallows to it if you want, but it's your choice. But as I said, it's your choice if you want to add it or not. But I just give it just a little extra sweetness. Yeah, it's already starting to smell really good. Okay, now once you're done mixing it all together, then you'll get your regular bag of marshmallows, which I got this in a Ziploc bag, just basically to keep anything from getting to it. And I'm going to rebag this back up when I'm done. Now you can either use a pair of scissors or you can use a knife and just cut it open. There we go. And then just take the marshmallows, as you see here, and just dump them in. Now you don't have to use all of them if you don't want to, which I used about 75% of the bag, because we're going to be feeding about 2 families on this. Okay, it's all bagged up, and if to keep any of the oven closed, just get yourself a little clip, a little chip clip or something, and just put it on top of the marshmallows and just put it back in the bag. It'll keep anything from it'll keep the smell down, and it'll keep anything from like ants or mice or whatnot to get a whiff of this. But make sure you don't always keep them too long, because you're going to have to eventually use these before they expire. All right. Okay, that's done. Now, once you've gotten all your marshmallows in, like how they're all piled up right here, just do like what you did earlier and just mix it all in. Yeah. Ooh. Make sure we get it all good and mixed, to make sure that a lot of it gets to the bottom. So that's where the best flavors are at, is right at the bottom. Especially how it was able to collect all that strawberry juice as well, because we had aged fruit in this batch. Now eventually the marshmallow puff will eventually completely liquefy but it'll probably take a good few more hours for it to completely liquefy. But hey, it'll get good and done eventually. Now, as you see, with the regular marshmallows, they're as you see, the regular marshmallows are a little more solid, but if you use a marshmallow puff, it's already been in a goo. It's already gooey. It'll take the larger marshmallows longer to liquefy because they're in a more solid state. But where you already have the puff, which is already in a gel creamy type state, is a little bit easier to liquefy in this, other than the solid ones. Now, once you're already done and already have your stuff prepped, make sure it gets all good and mixed in there. Now, sometimes if you use the white marshmallows, it'll actually have more of a white color. But since we used a different colored marshmallows. The color of the juice actually turned a color of pink, like a pinkish orange. But that's fine. That's just fine. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It just gives it more flavor. Now, once you're already done, just take your access cans that you got and just toss them away too, along with the everything else, all the other stuff. And just put the stuff in the sink. Oops. We'll just give that a minute. Make sure you don't miss the garbage can when you're throwing stuff away. Now, and let's give this a taste. Let's get a regular spoon, or you can use a fork. It don't matter when. Now, just hold it over the thing. So a good spoonful. Now I can also get some marshmallows too, and on that too. And with that, that's pretty good. Especially with the mangoes. Just got a grape there. That should turn out pretty good. A little bit better with the mixed colored marshmallows. All right, well, y'all got to learn my little secret on how to liquefy marshmallow puff. Now, if you do decide you want to try a different type of citrus, pretty much just about any type of citrus could liquefy this, but it also depends on the consistency of it, because some of the consistency could also take a little bit longer as you're mixing it up with the citrus. Now, anything else? I've never tested it with lemon juice, but I have tested it with pineapple juice, like what we just did here, canned pineapple juice, in with the pineapple chunks. And I've also tested it with canned mandarin orange juice that comes in with the mandarins, and it liquefies it too. And they can also liquefy faster if you also use both of them together. But there are many other types of citruses you can try. I've never tried the citrus from mango juice or lemon juice or lime juice or any of that. But if y'all want to be adventurous and give that a try, leave some comments in the comments below and let me know what y'all find out, or I might come back with another video and test it and see if it actually works with the other citruses. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of What's on the Menu, Nate, and please join us next time for our next holiday dish, and which will be cheese broccoli and spinach. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.